I love soft pretzels. I could eat them every single day. And now that I know how to make them from scratch, I totally can, and you can too.
We're gonna start off with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Now note that the recipe calls for 4 cups, and that's because we're gonna add more later, but you wanna just start with 2 cups. And to that, you're gonna add a tablespoon of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and your instant yeast. So 1 envelope or 2 1/4 teaspoons of instant yeast. If you're using active dry yeast, it's different instructions. So make sure you're using instant. Then you just stir that together. The beauty of instant yeast is you don't have to proof it. You just mix it together with the dry ingredients. Then you're going to take 1 1/3 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and you're going to heat that until it's between 120 and 130 degrees. Using an instant read thermometer makes that super easy. Then add the liquid into the dry ingredients. And I'm using a paddle attachment here to start with. I mix it until you can't really mix it until at least it's moistened. You want to mix it together with that paddle attachment. And then we're going to add the rest of our flour, maybe like 1.5 cups of it, and switch to the dough hook. And you're going to run your mixer until the dough comes together. You may need to add the rest of that flour. Then turn your dough out. It'll just be lightly sticky if you test it with a finger. It'll kind of stick to your finger, but not really. And then you're going to turn it out onto a floured surface, and we're going to knead it. Now, if you're using a stand mixer, obviously you won't need to knead it as long as if you're doing this by hand. So you just want to knead it a few times just until the dough comes together. Now, I like to make sure that I'm using a floured surface. You don't want the dough to stick to the board. Just push it with the palm of your hand, fold it back on itself until when pressed with 2 fingers, it bounces back. Cover that, let it rest for 10 minutes, and then it's time to form our pretzels. So this will make 12 pretzels, so we're gonna divide the dough in half, and then each half is going to be divided into 6 pieces. So you'll just divide that dough into 12 different pieces. It's super simple. You can weigh them if you want, but I was going to give weights for this, but kind of it really just depends on your flour and exactly how much flour that you use. So just try and make them as close to the same size as possible. I'm just eyeballing it here. Once you have them, it's time to form them. So you're going to roll this out into a really long rope. You want it to be over 12 inches, probably around 14 inches. So just keep rolling with your hands to make a nice long rope.
Now, spoiler alert, this also works if you want to make pretzel bites. All you have to do is, instead of forming the pretzels into the pretzel shape, just cut them into little pieces however big you want your bites to be. I know like some bites are small, like Auntie Annie's are small, but pretzels are big, so you can do whatever size that you want. Everything else is exactly the same.
Fold the dough into a U shape and then cross it over, and then twist it and fold it back down. And that is gonna be what forms that pretzel shape. And you just wanna press it together so it sticks. And then at that point, we're adding baking soda to a large pot of water. I'm using 10 cups of water and 3/4 of a cup of baking soda. Bring it to a boil, and then boil about 3 to 4 pretzels at a time. Depends on the size of your pot. You don't want to crowd them. Don't boil it more than 20 seconds. You want to boil them. That's what gives them that nice chew that comes with on the pretzel, and it makes them nice and golden also. And so once they are done boiling, then you're going to sprinkle them with coarse salt or sea salt, and then bake them until they're nice and golden brown and cooked through. It's super simple. Just keep doing that keep boiling them and then bake them. Perfect.
These are so easy. You can see how fluffy they are on the inside. They're so good. I cannot stop eating them. I can't wait to make them with cinnamon sugar. You can even sprinkle like Parmesan cheese on top. Oh, these are the perfect soft pretzel recipe. You're going to love them. Leave me a comment and let me know what toppings you put on your pretzels. If you don't follow me already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and keep watching for even more recipes.